Hi everyone, I am glad to be back here. Apologize, it's been quite a long time since I recorded my last video, but it's been a lot of work to do, and summer is generally quite busy. Today I would like to actually continue the topic which is quite relevant for many of you, which is how to work effectively with Booking.com Extranet. Um, some of you already know that I've recorded a comprehensive guide on how to work with Booking.com, especially as a beginner when listing your property. Today, it's, so to speak, part two, where I would like to refer to those who are already actively using Booking, who have properties to manage there, and to focus more on how to increase your visibility on the platform, how to attract more bookings and therefore boost the revenue. And in order to do this, I would like to focus on two features today. The one is called promotions, and the other one is called value adds, which you will find under rates and availability. Value adds is, so to speak, quite a new feature, if I can call it so, because they only introduced it like in the end of the last year. And at first it was only available for some hotels, and now it's available for everyone. So all different kind of properties. Let me begin with promotion, since it's probably more general marketing tool, how to get a higher visibility ranking. When clicking on promotions, you basically have two sub points or sub menu points. The one I am currently in is choose new promotion, and in case you already have some active promotions, you would find them and can edit them under your active promotions. That's basically it. When having a look at all the promotions available, you can see that they are categorized here. There are campaign deals, for example, targeting or portfolio deals, and there's also a brief description what do these promotions stand for under the name. And you have no opportunity to create your completely individual promotion here, but you can pretty much cover all possible ranges of promotions with the groups existing. Now, let's start with portfolio deals, since in my opinion, those are classic and most well-known one. We all have heard term last minute booking or early booker. And here you can add a promotion by simply giving a discount to someone who is booking, let's say 30 days in advance, or in case of last minute book, or someone who is booking, let's say 1 day before arrival. And there are recommended discount amounts here, but you can set it up completely on your own. For example, let's go with an early booker deal. If I say add promotion, I can actually completely define it on my own, like how many days in advance should the booking take place, whether it's available only for certain hours, for example, is it for everyone or only maybe for members? Does it relate to all, or should it be applied to all rate plans, or maybe only to specific ones? And if you have several rates here, you can actually select which one do you want this promotion to be active for. What is the discount amount? And as you can see here, you're pretty flexible, so it should not be 10%. It can be also 5% or 20%, completely up to you. Match to the selected rate plans. You can even set here an additional minimum length of stay in case it's not included already in your rates, which I would probably recommend you to do. So actually, it should always be set up in your actual rate plans for how long can the guest stay and whether there is a minimum length of stay in there or not. I would not do it on a promotional level. Then you can actually say whether it's only a limited offer for this promotion, or is it actually available for like all the time and for specific days only or not. So you can completely define it on your own, play with it as you like, and give it a name. And basically, if you change here the percentage amount, normally the name, yes, would change automatically. And then you can review it once again if everything is correct and activate it. In my case, I already have an early booker promotion, so I will not add it again. But this is how it basically looks like. Last minute deal is something you should probably also consider in your general strategy, because, for example, I take me or my property, which I manage. I decided to take the last minute discount out, just simply due to the fact that I do not want to favor the guests to book last minute, especially if you see that it's way cheaper, for example, compared to a normal rate. For me, it's way too stressful, and I do know last minute bookers very well based on my previous experiences, and I know those people are usually very chaotic, do not read through instructions because everything is just happening way too fast. And if they book, I say, on the same day of the arrival, they do not have enough time to read through all the instructions, to upload all of their IDs. So it's more or less like a complete chaos. And I do not want to favor this. Of course, if someone books last minute, it's fine, but I do not want to reward the guest extra by giving them a discount. And I already have a non-refundable rate, which applies to everyone who is booking last minute, basically. And this rate is already cheaper, of course. So the ones who are arriving last minute should just take the non-refundable rate. But I do not give an extra discount for that. So this is a part of my strategy. And this is what I meant by thinking well about what you want to achieve with all those promotions. Then in terms of targeting, there is mobile rate, which I highly recommend because it really boosts revenue. And I have it activated in my plans, and it already brought me, almost all of the bookings which were made so far during the last week. The property is pretty fresh, to be honest. So I only listed it like a week ago. And all the bookings which came, I think 9 of 10 were booked through the mobile rate. So it definitely paid itself off. And then the country rate is something very specific. For example, if you want to target a certain country, I don't know, you speak Chinese and you want to attract more Chinese speaking guests who are based in China, then you can set up a discount for people from this country. Yeah, so this is rather something really specific. And then campaign deals is also something which is up to you whether you want it or not. In my opinion, it does pay off only when you have like a multi-property unit or a hotel which you're running. If it's a single property, it doesn't really pay off. I tried out this gateway deal myself, let it run through like for a week, and it didn't have any feedback or any bookings, even though the discount was pretty high because the minimum discount you can set up here is 15%, not 1 or 5. And it's only like for a limited period of time. So I don't know how effective those campaigns really are. You can try it out for yourself, but in my case, it really didn't work out that well. So I just deactivated it because I don't understand why should I give someone 15 or 20% discount extra, and despite all of these, people still are not that interested. So you ask yourself why. What you can do, however, since there is an opportunity to set a particular promotion, set it up only for, let's say, one rate plan, you can create a rate plan, which is, let's say, the price is normally like 20 or even 30% higher than your normal rec rate, your standard rate. And then on top of this, you can activate this gateway deal, for example, by offering a 20% discount. And there is the difference of 10%, for example, which you get extra when someone still takes the property and books it with this gateway discount deal and the rate that you have active for that. So it may still pay itself out, depends on how many rates you have, on what your revenue management strategy is, and what goals do you actually have. Also, to sum it up with promotions, I would say from each category, take one only. So for example, take early booker deal, combine it with mobile rate, and maybe take gateway deal, or take mobile rates with last and early booker discounts. And also avoid that you put several promotions on one rate plan. So for each rate plan, there should be a different promotion active, because otherwise when you put several discounts on top of your price, the end price will be probably quite low, and it will not pay itself off in terms of expenses that you have, and just simply the alternatives that you might have had if someone else has booked it for a different price, for a standard price, without all these promotions being active. So, you really have to think about it carefully. And my general tip will be to not, activate too many promotions, and always pay attention that there is only one active promotion per rate plan. So much regarding promotions. In general, promotions do boost your visibility on booking.com website, and somehow they are connected to Booking's algorithm. So I wouldn't skip them completely. And as in case of mobile rates, you can see that it really does pay itself off, since so many people are booking with their mobile devices. And in terms of additional promotions, well, think carefully about what your strategy and your end goal is about. Now let's move on to the second feature I would like to talk about today, which is called value adds. Now, value adds can be compared to promotions, but they are active on the rate plan level only, and this is a big difference. The thing is, you can create, I have here one existing, as you can see, which is pets, but you can create here as many value adds as you want. And in one value add, you can actually put several goodies. What do I mean by that? You can select here from various topics, whether it's pets or, let's say, food and drink, front desk services, wellness activities, and so on. Depends, of course, on what your property has to offer. If you're a hotel, you have many different options. If you are if you only have actually a flat, for example, without so many different activities or facilities, then maybe you have a limited or more limited amount of things that you can offer, but still quite a lot. I must say, for example, you have here those options here, like early check-in or late check-out, and you can play with it, actually. So you can include these late checkout, for example, in your rate price, and say, well, I do charge more, but give you more flexibility in terms of, checking out a bit later. And the same goes, for example, also for people looking for some extraordinary accommodation in terms of not only basic place to sleep with some basic facilities, but for example, they are spending their honeymoon, or they just want to have a more romantic atmosphere. And you can say, well, for those, I offer a bottle of champagne plus late checkout. I select that time and say, well, they can check out at 12, and then I name this value as, I don't know, romantic package or so. And once I've created this value add, I can say done. And then actually it will appear on my list. However, the status will be not live. Why? Because I need to assign it to a certain rate plan, which I have. And in order to do this, I will need to create a new rate plan solely for romantic couples or so. Or I can say, well, I want to mix it with my already existing weekly rate, for example. And you can see it here, value adds. Currently, there is no value adds assigned. If I would want to change that, I just need to click on edit. And here under value adds, I can select which one do I want to include. And then it will appear in the description, in the rate description, once the guest has in front of the eyes and can select for which price does he or she wants to book. Apologies. And yeah, and this is also quite a cool thing, how you can differentiate, how you can highlight certain rates, maybe even, and generate some extra revenue out of it. Try it out, play with it a little bit. This is always a suggestion I propose to everyone, because only when you try things out, you can actually learn on your own experience what is working well for you specifically and what's not. I can only give a general advice or general information on how you can work with that. I would say the more content you have, the more details you provide to your guests, the more differentiated the page looks like in terms of different categories, different rate plans, different goodies that you offer, the better it is, really, because people always are looking for something special, whether it's a design, whether it's a good price, whether it's some extra feature they are looking for, like free parking or the ability to travel with pets for free, or I don't know what. So try it out, work with it, and I can only tell you honestly, based on my experience, that those things do help you to appear higher in the ranking when you're looking for an accommodation from the guest's point of view. And it really did help. It does sometimes bring more revenue for sure. And this is how you definitely can improve your performance, despite all the other factors which you need to pay attention to, like, for example, content score. Anyway, I hope this video was informative for you. If you have any questions, then please reach out and write in comments below what was unclear or should be emphasized more. And we will see each other in the next videos.